Welcome back to Real Life Reviews, and in this video we're taking a look at my Easy Gains Superlight disc cover that I've bought for my Coup TF1. This isn't a review as such, that's to come, believe me, but this is an unboxing and a how to fit. So it's a how-to video rather than a review video, and the unboxing is genuinely cutting the tape and unboxing, not like in many where people have unboxed it, checked it, put it back and it's pre-done. Not all. So let's just take a little step back in time, 2 or 3 days, when this arrived and we unboxed it, and we'll move from there and fit it. So here we are, effectively back in time. The parcel's just arrived, and unlike many unboxing videos, not all, but many, we are going to unbox this literally from its arrival and see what's in. We're not going to open it, check it, repack it, etc. So let's put it on the table, let's get on with things. So the water bottle's just covering my name, whilst I take a knife and just carefully break open the fragile tape, and I'm going to go all the way round the box. Now to turn it over and the big reveal. Move the water bottle out the way. There we go. And loads of bubble wrap to look after things. Okay, so lift the bubble wrap up. We have a delivery note from Easy Gains. Thank you for shopping with us. Da 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 da, etc., and a discount code for some future purchases. So if we carefully now undo the bubble wrap, it's very well wrapped, no complaints there, and the first thing we come are the package that's got the covers for the valve. They will do something like 20 stick on, stick off, and we have, oh lovely, we've got the bolt set up. Just take these out so we can see. So there's the covers. We've got the bolts for fixing, locking the two discs together. We've got some PVC tape and cable ties for attaching one side. We'll see that in a bit. We've also got, just take this out carefully, we have the sheets of tape for the wheels. So this goes on the wheel. Again, you'll see that when we put it together. This stops the disc rubbing on the wheel. And we have the covers for the bolts. Lovely, and 2 sheets of that. Fantastic. And then of course inside we have, let's just keep unwrapping, make this a bit easier. We have the 2 discs. We have the Superlight SL on the tape there. And we have the one for the drive side where the zip ties are going to go through, and we have the coned one for the non-drive side. Fantastic, excellent. Let's go. To prepare my wheel for the Easy Gains discs, I need to remove my cassette and I need to remove my disc. So tools I'm going to need: chain whip, lock ring tool and a spanner for that. And because my disc is a center lock, I've got my center lock tool here. It's a BB tool, and I've actually got a breaker bar to turn that. So let's get those off and we'll get on with the disc. Chain whip on. lock ring nut in, spanner on, and just crack him and then undo. Removing the disc, simply a case of fitting the tool, and there we go. That should undo now. And careful to keep my fingers off the disc itself, the rotor, disc off. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give the wheel, the rim, a really good clean, both sides, so that I get a nice contact with my rim tape to protect it, and everything sticks really well. So I'm not going to show you that, I'm just going to go away and do it, and then we'll get on with fitting the disc covers themselves. The next step is to move to the drive side of the wheel, take the flatter disc cover. It doesn't matter which way round at the moment, but when you fit it, it's going to have the Easy Gains logo on the outside. So we're going to put that down, and you can spend a lot of time measuring and so on, but quite frankly, looking at the centerpiece here and leveling up the disc to get those 2 circles. I say 2, 1, 2, to get that gap bang on. That's going to be center. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold that down, and with a pencil, I'm just going to come around the wheel gently so I don't move the disc cover. It doesn't matter if there's a little wave to it, and remove the disc cover. And that circle now is going to be where I'm going to put my rim tape to protect the wheel from the disc just rubbing. So I grab my sheet of rim tape and peel off the pre-curved tape, good quality 3M, and look to fit that over the pencil line. Let's get him on there. Let's remove one little dog hair and place him round, and just press him down, and I'm going to do that all the way around the wheel. One little tip whilst you're doing this: when you peel the tape off the backing sheet, peel from a bottom bit that's going to be on the inside. That way, if you don't get a good tap down or seal on it, it's actually under the disc cover when you put it on, and it's not going to affect either aero or get something under it and come undone. You'll see that there is plenty of tape. 4 bits have done the wheel. There's 4 for going on top when we put the cover on, and there's a spare bit as well. And then there's another sheet for the other side of the wheel. So plenty of tape. I'm now going to align the disc cover to the wheel, and to hold it in place I'm going to use some insulating tape, some electrical tape. Now mine's come with tape from Easy Gains. That's nicely wrapped up. I'm going to keep that, thank you very much, and I'm going to use some that I've already got. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 4 little bits of this, put it somewhere that I can get it easily, probably onto the wheel or my hand, and I'm going to align things up. So I'll just do that and come straight back to you. I'm now going to place my cover onto the wheel. I've removed the dust cover because I don't need that anymore. No more crud's going to get at my valve. It's going to be inside the dust covers. So I'm going to start by putting the valve access so I can get to the valve. I'm going to roughly centralize the disc cover, and I'm going to check that the holes that my bolt system is going to go through to fix it they've all got access through, which they have. And I'm now going to go for the spokes. And what I'm looking for is I want a spoke to be underneath a hole with a hole either side that I can put my zip ties through and round. And I really want a minimum of 5 that I can do that with. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2, 12. I've got 12 options here to try to get 5 or maybe 6 where I can do it. And I've got 1, 2, 3, this is looking quite good actually, 4, 5, oh, I can do it 6, I can do it 1 on each lot. So that's great. So I'm now going to just slightly shift just a little bit. So I've got my disc central, and then I'm going to take my tape that I've cut, and I'm just going to put that on. That's going to hold the cover in place. And I can now move to doing the zip ties. So I've grabbed a few zip ties, just take one. I'm going to thread him through from the opposite side. So just get to behind where one of the spokes is. I'm going to pull him through and then push him so he goes over the spoke. Grab him from the other side, I don't want to lose him. There we are. I can now turn him over. This is probably the fiddly bit of this job, and I've now got to feed him into the zip tie itself and pull it, but not tight at this stage, because I want to be able to just adjust things around. So I'm now going to get at least 5, if not 6. I'm going to aim for 6, so I'll get that done. I'm now in a position where I'm going to make my final check that the disc cover is central, and I've got a smaller gap here than there, so I'm going to release my tape just so that I can adjust the disc slightly and get it to exactly where I want it to be. There we are, and stick the tape back down. Perfect. And now when I tighten the zip ties, I've just got to be really careful. I want it firm enough that it holds everything in place. I don't want it too tight that I get a warping of the disc, but at the same time I'm going to press on this side to flatten out the cable tie as much as possible, because what I don't want when my cassette is back on is the cable tie clipping and rubbing against the cassette. 1, it's really annoying, or it would be, and 2, if it's doing that, you're wasting energy. And the reason you've got this disc cover is to save energy. So I'm now going to carefully pick the wheel up. I'm going to just push and gently tighten the zip ties, the cable ties, get them tighter, work my way round. There we go. Now it's time to snip the cable ties. I'm actually going to leave about 1 centimetre. I'm not going to clip right next to the thread point, so that if I get any play, it's not going to come undone, and at a later date I can always undo the covers and tighten them up or fit another one. It just makes life a lot easier. So I'm now going to snip them, but I'm going to leave about 1 centimetre. I'm now going to turn the wheel over, and I'm going to repeat the process of fitting the other disc cover, pencil line and rim tape to protect it. So I'll get on with that now, and when it's done, it's done. Next we take our screw packs. We take the female, which is the long one that the male is going to go into. Now I've got a 20mm set here, which it looks like that's what the packs come with, but they've sent an extra pack of 18mm. When you order these, you say which actual wheel you've got. I'm taking a bit of a guess that the 18 is for this wheel, my Coup wheel. So I'm fitting these first just to make sure, and I've fitted a couple to make sure I've got the right ones. And what I've got to be careful not to do is to pinch and trap the disc. So the female is coming through from the back, and I'm going to push it through, and then he's lined up or she's lined up there. I take the male screw and I'm going to just put him in carefully, and I only need to finger tighten him. There we go. And that's him done. And then I'm just going to work my way round the wheel and finish those off. So that's them all fitted now. I've got plenty of spare screws. I've got 4 of the 18 mils. The 20 mils will be fine, I'm sure. It just wouldn't be quite as tight. I've got that pack, but I've also got loads of the male to screw into them as well. So yeah, if I lose anything, I'm fine. I'm going to be covered. So my next job to start neatening things up and just improve little bits of aerodynamics is I'm going to fit rim tape on top of the disc so that we have a smooth edge there as we cut through the wind. So I'll get on with that, and then after that I'll show you putting on the covers that cover over the screws. But we'll get to that in a moment. So now I'm taking my round patches that are going to cover the screws, and gosh, my OCD, I'm trying to get the screw right in the middle of the round patch. Push the patch down, and because this is quite good, I think it might even be 3M tape. What I can do once I've got it down is I can get my hairdryer, well, not my hairdryer, my partner's, and I can heat it up a little. And I've got it's not even a credit card, it's just a little loyalty card. And I can start just smoothing things out. And neatening it up. So the plan now is to fit the patches over all the screws, both sides, and then spend a little bit of time with the hairdryer and a piece of card or credit card and try and smooth things out a bit. And it'll just neaten everything up, and ultimately it'll be it'll be fractionally more aero. Technically, from putting the wheel together from that perspective, I've got 4 covers for the valve hole. They say Easy Gains talk about each one having this sort of stickiness that you can use it 20 times. So I guess that's 80 times of use. I'm not going to put one on now, because when I next want to use this and test it out and try it, it's just one bit of stickiness gone, isn't it? So I'm going to leave those off for the moment. I have just checked that my little elbow valve, no problem getting that onto my Presta, and I've just pumped the tyre up. So the only job really left now is to put the cassette on and the disc on the other side. There we are. One disc wheel, or one 80mm wheel with an Easy Gains disc cover. So the next sight will be wheel back on the bike, and we'll just see what he looks like. Here we are, the coup with the disc wheel. Who'd have thought? If you found this video useful in any way, or you've just simply enjoyed it, please give it a like, give it that thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends. It just does so much for the channel and how YouTube viewers. Many of the products that we buy and we review on this channel, we get from Tredz, and there's a link in the description down below. And if you use that link, you get some great deals. It costs you no more, and we just get a tiny percentage back from Tredz themselves. So that again helps keep the channel going. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please click on the little round picture just down there. And if you want to see some more about the KOO TF1, well, video up there, and also some aero testing up there. Thanks for watching.